What about the
We are
entirety
now
of it? Let's check in and make
joining
sure
Ability
that
MKE Now,
the
already in
landscape
progress.
has considerations for people with disabilities all throughout, whether it's with our indoor settings or with our
music
music.
venues, are there sensory zones for Milwaukeeans with autism with their, heightened nerve sensory experience with those sensory differences, to, look at neurological differences to say, are we considering all this to make everything accessible, whether it's sensitivity to fragrances, and with all of our technology, that people actually can have a disability, so to speak, or officially protected by the Americans with Disabilities Act with EMFs, electromagnetic frequencies. We have to think of all this automatic stuff we have, all these, Bluetooth devices and infrared controlled stuff. Some of that, energy we put in the field gets to be a stimulus, which there's a hypersensitivity for many. And so let's learn here. Let's settle in and let's gather to make Milwaukee better right here at Ability MKE Now with River West Radio. Take it back soon.
Awesome. Thanks, Kurt. We have ahead of us tonight, we do have a very special guest joining us. You may remember a while back, we had a friend of the show joining us. Her name is Rose Onama. She is an amazing storyteller, and we are blessed to have her joining us this evening. So I want to bring Rose in here to say hello. How you doing tonight, Rose?
Jambo, mzuri sana. And that's Kiswahili. For hello, mzuri sana means I'm very well, thank you. Asante. So yeah, thank you for having me again. I have so many things that I'm probably gonna really be consistent and come every Wednesday. Now, there's some of the biggest things that I have wanted to deal with. I became disabled from massive stroke and also spinal cancer, but I used to dance a lot and I want to dance again. Actually, I'm dancing again. One of the things I would like to do is to get a group of disabled people, especially ones in wheelchairs, and I call that the Wheelchair Brigade. And sometime I want to find a venue where I can get people who are physically challenged and what other mental issues, whatever, so I can teach that dancing, that just because you don't walk doesn't mean you can't dance. Your upper body, your legs can move, you can sit down, and I want to get back into teaching. So that's one thing I want people to know. My other issue is I have been to so many places, bookstores, and especially the stores at the new stores at Bayshore, where a disabled person or a weak older person cannot get in because they do not have automatic door openers. And I know that's against the state and federal laws. I would like to get a group of people that we can fight this and make it easy for us to get around. I have always complained to the bus company about all these stops and how the interruption for those of us physical disabilities cannot get on the bus stops. And they've been really good and fixed a lot of it. So my people, I ask you, whenever you see situations like that, don't be quiet. You have to go and make some noise. Because, the American saying that I learned when I came here all those hundreds of years ago, well, not really. I came at 19, and now I'm in my 60s. That says the loudest wheel gets the grease. So if we keep quiet, we're not going to get any grease, and then we will rust. But if we make noise, enough of us keep calling and complaining, they will fix all these things. And that's really actually the biggest place I'm coming. I want to start the exercise program and inclusion of the dancing, and perhaps we can even make some TikTok videos to show that just because we're disabled doesn't mean we don't know how to have fun. And then the final thing is, we have, and I said something to Kurt about this, we have a young man here who passed away this weekend. His family is from a very disturbed area in Africa, the Congo, and this that area, and they are old. They don't have the money to bury this young man, and we are trying to do a fundraiser. We have a GoFundMe. If you go on my page on Facebook, Rose on Nama, you will get the link there, and anything you can give is okay. But I'm here. I will always advocate for anybody who is disabled. I don't care what kind of disability it is. I live in a place here where it's for people who are disabled or 55 and older. We have a woman here who is having a very bad, she's towards the end of hers. So I make sure that I go and get her dancing, that's the exercising, and talk to her. Even if she's talking what you wouldn't understand, I still talk to her. And then I help her pray or say or read things back so that she's occupied. If we can all do these little things for each other, man, nobody can mess with us. So that's what I encourage. Please, those of you who are listening, always tune into this station so you can help us to fight whatever injustices are there for those of us who are ability challenged. And it's not that we're able, and I mean that we're unable. We are able to do this, but we need help. We need understanding. We need those of you who don't have challenges to stand behind us and hold us up so that we won't fall. That's it. Thank you very much, Kurt, for allowing me to be on here and to speak. Because if we don't talk and we don't speak and bring our situation over to the public, no one will be able to help us because they don't know, and they will not be able to know what to do or how they can ask us for our help. So that's all we ask. When you see a disabled person, please don't look at them like they're crazy. Just help them and talk to us normally. We are normal. There's nothing wrong with us, except our challenge is that every one of us has some kind of challenge. Some of them might not be debilitating, but we all have challenge, and all we want is kindness and understanding and love from our fellow brothers and sisters and fellow citizens. Asante sana. Thank you. I'm done.
All right. It's always a pleasure having you on, Rose. And this is how Milwaukee works. Milwaukee works because a gentleman by the name of Marty Hagedorn, brings through radio Youth Rising Up, You
mean John Marty Hagedorn.
Yes,
I
indeed.
call him with his full name. I like to tease him like that. He's a nice guy. In fact, he is the individual that introduced me, along with Barbara Lee, introduced me to AbilityMKE. When we did it at that way on the Southside Park, that's how I got to get into this. And I really, Marty, you rock. So do you, Kurt.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And so Dr. Barbara Lee, Taste of Talent. What a privilege it is to serve with her and to look at our performing artists like yourself.
Yeah.
And to get this out into the community and to show that we need to take an all abilities approach for entertainment around the marketplace. Let's get our performers with disabilities on the stages. We did that the Ability Fest back in 2015.
That's too low. Well, Kurt, is there any way you can help me gather some people that have got mobility problems or are sitting in wheelchairs, and we find a park somewhere where I can come and teach African dance from sitting positions, or not what they see, the wild stuff, but do the gentler African dances that are more body movements but the exercise. If you can help me get people like that, and it doesn't have to be indoors, we can do it outside. There are some very wonderful places right now, outdoor sitting areas on between 55th and 57 on North Avenue. Lots of beautiful outdoor spaces. Now, if Kurt, if you or any of you, if you go on my Facebook page, you will see all the sculptures and flowers I've posted from the last time I was there. And there's a park setting area that wheelchairs accessible and everything. And we can get there and do our own little dancing fest. I'm sure we don't have to get any tickets. We can just meet there. There's coffee there. There's a Mexican restaurant. There's all kinds of places we can get drinks and food there and have us a good old time. Maybe we can do an outdoor radio show.
Yeah, we'll have to keep collaborating in that. You are, really, coming down the right alley for me. It's right up my alley, everything you're talking about.
I'm ready, and I'll drag Barbara into it.
All right.
And I have the team. I can get drummers, I can get musicians, and my son-in-law will be very helpful. My son-in-law is Ray Nitty. He just got awarded by the Wisconsin Arts Board. He's a rapper, but he does a lot of community work. I can pull him in to help, and Mr. Daryl Johnson, who is the CEO of Riverworks. I did 10 years of summer day camps when he was the executive director at Land. So I have a lot of people I work with that will probably help us. And perhaps somebody can help us find venues at some of these little outdoor music shows in the summer and stuff where we can perform. We can do a little performance. And the kids can feel that they're okay, that disability, physical disability or mental disability does not have to stop you from having fun in your life. And I, Rosa Nama, know how to make these children have fun. And the grown-ups too, since now I'm an elder.
Yeah, we will have to check in with our Willoway Parks with Milwaukee County and our other Milwaukee parks and figure out what we can do.
Yeah.
I mentioned Damian Bookman earlier. His thing is more, just accessibility, and he's got his own consulting. He's more on the athletic side of things, but somehow we have to do some good old-fashioned Milwaukee networking, and absolutely, let's make it happen.
And then there are parks like Hart Park in Wauwatosa is perfect.
Well, there we go.
It's on the bus line. It's on the bus line for people, and then that area that's in Wauwatosa too that I was talking about. There's a park where there are benches and seats and open space just for people to sit. Just go on Rosa Nama Facebook. You'll see the beautiful pictures that I posted there where I was there last night. I'm always riding the bus on reconnaissance trips. And I've done that since I came to Marquette at 19. I've always taken the bus to go and do reconnaissance. So there's a lot of parks we can go. There's Atwater Park in Shorewood, which is near where I used to live, and it's wonderful. We can do all sorts of nice things, very accessible, all the way down to the lake, to the waterfront is accessible.
All right. I want to make sure you know about, it's not an outdoor venue, but an indoor venue, Northridge Mall area in the last
well, that's around where I live. There is the, what they call it, the Granville Village area where the shops are mostly closed there, although they're not very well done yet. But actually the best place, Kurt, there's a new place off of Brown Deer, 51st and Brown Deer, called the Brickyard. Unfortunately, the only thing they don't have is an accessible bathroom, but it's right next to the library and right next to the North Shore Fire Department. It's a wonderful place. They've got food trucks that come there. It's an outdoor place. It's got a stage that people with disabilities can get onto because it's not one of those high stages. All last summer they started. I used to go to the outdoor music stuff, and it was wonderful. You can just get up and dance. So that's one good place. I can talk to those people. So perhaps what I really need to do is to meet you guys, and we sit down and plan. I am very willing to do that because I can get anywhere within the county of Milwaukee since I have transit class.
Yeah,
To
so
take me wherever I need to do.
yeah, what I was saying about the Northridge Mall area is the mall, 750,000 square feet, is kind of being acquisition through a ministry is taking place, and a nonprofit and a for-profit company are working together with other allies and collaborators and so forth, and we are going to be set up in there, and there is going to be entertainment stuff happening. So
that's perfect, because I live just down the street off of 68th and Browndeer, which is very close to Marty.
Yep, there you go. So I think we are on the brink of some great things. We can introduce you to our friends who are bringing all that forward.
Yeah, and actually, by the way, where I live, we have a big meeting room that I can always sign off for just a few of us to come and meet. And it's got a kitchen, it's got everything. And we can just set it up for a meeting. You just let me know ahead of time, and people come, we can come here and we can meet, no problem.
All right.
All you have to do is let me know. You have my email address and you have my phone number. So you know how to get a hold of me. And, by the way, there is a couple of really nice open restaurants that perhaps one day you guys can come and we can sit down for, and make some plans or whatever. But, get some people here. And it's a very easy place to get to, parking, everything, not many people in it, hardly anybody in it, except the owners. So that, it will make a fantastic meeting place. You just let me know and I can arrange that so that it takes that out of your way of having to be too busy. Division of labor.
All right. Yeah, that's the way we do it. So making friendly.
I am ready to go because I've recovered from all these crazy things. And I'm like, if you don't do anything, you'll always be sick. So my mind is always burning. So I'm ready to go.
All right. Excellent. We're ready to go too. And we'll keep people updated through this show. Sue, what do you have next? What's next right here at AbilityMKE Now?
Well, I did get some information recently from the Department of Health Services that I thought was worth making people aware of right away, because it is, so I'm just pulling this up on my screen. It is from the Aging and Disability Network. There actually is a watch party taking place tomorrow night. Tomorrow is Thursday, May 19th, from 3:30 until 5 p.m. And let me just read this short description so that everybody knows what this is all about. So it's from the Aging and Disability Network. So the Governor's Committee for People with Disabilities is dedicated to enhancing the health and well-being of Wisconsin citizens who have disabilities. As a committee of governor-appointed volunteers with cross-disability council representation, the Governor's Committee for People with Disabilities serves to advise the governor, state agencies, and the state legislature on issues of concern for people who have disabilities. They recently completed a video series documenting the barriers to healthcare experienced by people with disabilities. And to celebrate this milestone and highlight the Global Accessibility Awareness Day, the committee is hosting an Access for All video watch party via teleconference tomorrow, which is Thursday, May 19th, 2022, from 3:30 p.m. until 5 p.m. And the project highlights testimonials from people with disabilities and their caregivers about the physical and communication barriers experienced in healthcare settings. It is critically important that we listen and learn from the experiences and stories of individuals with disabilities so that Wisconsin can continue to be a strong leader in offering the best quality of healthcare to all citizens. From the groups with the Access for All video project, we'll learn about communication and other tools available to address barriers in healthcare settings and participate in a facilitated discussion about the videos and challenges faced by people with disabilities in a healthcare setting. So this watch party is able to be accessed either by Zoom or by phone. Let's see here. I'm going to read off the meeting ID for the Zoom and then also the phone number. So for anyone who's interested, here's the info. The Zoom meeting ID is, the number is 161-429-8153. That Zoom meeting ID number again is 161-429-8153. And there's also a way to join this conversation by phone as well. And the number listed for that, for this event that's taking place, this watch party tomorrow at 3:30. The phone number, if you want to join by phone instead of by Zoom, is 669-254-5252. The number again, 669-254-5252. So I think this looks like it's going to be an amazing opportunity to find out more and to get educated on more ideas, more understanding of what, again, this video series, which documents the barriers to healthcare that it's experienced by people with disabilities. So I just knew this was a timely piece that I want to make sure people know about and are able to participate if it's something that would be of interest at all. So I don't know if you have heard of anything like this or what your thoughts are on that.
Can you please read the date, the time, and the phone numbers again so we
Sure.
can make sure we got it right?
So the date is tomorrow, Thursday, May 19th, from 3:30 p.m. until 5 p.m. And that phone number again for participating is to dial into the number 669-254-5252. 669-254-5252.
Thank you. And the Zoom ID is?
And that Zoom ID is 161-429-8153. The Zoom ID
Thank
meeting
you.
number again. Yeah, 161-429-8153. So that'll be an interesting piece to clue in on. I'm real curious to see what they all will be presenting and to learn more. So hopefully they get a great attendance and it'll be an amazing opportunity for folks to get some insights.
Yeah, woot, come one, come all. Doesn't matter if you're disabled or not, because then you can help somebody else down the line with what you learn.
Exactly.
So be there or be square.
Yeah, I have a friend that always would say, just because you're able-bodied today doesn't mean that's necessarily where you are tomorrow. You're temporarily able-bodied.
Hello, that's the absolute truth. You have said nothing but the truth.
Yeah, so we all know people who this could benefit, and again, maybe even ourselves here in the near future. Who knows? They make this information available, and these committees exist for a reason, and that's to help all of us.
Yep, and as I have learned living in America, a bird in hand is worth two in the bush. So get this bird in your hand so you know what's going on.
Absolutely. Yeah, these opportunities, I'm so glad that the committee exists. And Kurt, you even have some background personally with the Wisconsin Council on Physical Disabilities, which is a piece of what this governor's committee is. And there's so many people that volunteer and put their time in to making policies, making decisions, making suggestions, being a resource for those that are the decision makers to help make positive changes in the area here. And like we were saying earlier, Rose, we all need to be conscious of what's going on around us, and if you see something that needs fixing, if you see something that needs attention, give it that attention. Don't ignore it. We all together can make a difference in bringing things to light and being able to put a voice to this.
Yeah, that's why I have made it a point I actually, on nice days, I will ride every single bus and check out the main places, and I have the numbers to their bosses and the ones in Wauwatosa or the ones in the village of Brown Deer, and also the Milwaukee bus, and I will take pictures of what's wrong. I don't just go and talk to them. I will take pictures and I will take it to them. And my suggestion to them was that when you're making these bus stops, why do you not find somebody who is physically disabled?
All right, Rose, we are out of time. Sue, sign us off. Take it away.
So,
Oh
as
man, we
always,
gotta make this longer.
thank you so much for being with us here this evening. And for those of us all at AbilityMKE Now, we thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Kurt. And I'll give you a call and we'll talk later.